Citizens Club. I consider this my second home after my real home, where my wife is boss.
Okay.
I say that because it was this club who initially opened the doors for me when I decided to pursue serving this community and giving back. And I will forever be grateful for that. One quote that I like to start with, I usually try to find a quote, and the hottest places in hell are reserved for those who, in time of moral crisis, preserve their neutrality. Martin Luther King said that phrase. Is relevant in what we're talking about here right now. We in Cumberland County, we're facing what I'd say a crossroads, and if there are no citizens who actually step up and call it for what it is, and bring good ideas, we'll definitely go down, because we need to take action. One thing that I want to note before I continue is my three muses are my wife, Shayla, my mother over there, who's standing on the far left, that's my mother, and my mother-in-law also here.
What about that handsome one back there?
And that's my little one, Lucas. But I think a lot of you know him already. If you really want to thank someone for me having this big passion about schools, and why is it that Ralph cares so much about schools, it's because of that lady over there. She's a teacher. She retired from being a teacher, and she was my mentor all my life. That's my mom. I am a veteran, a small business owner, a husband, a son. Just like you, I am a concerned citizen. And just like you, I see the way our county is constantly underserved by elected officials who only surface on election year. I have to challenge that status quo because it isn't working. And that's why I decided to set forth with all my energy and strength to help transform Cumberland County into a place where you can raise your family and be proud for generations to come. The ways of yesterday had their chance and totally failed you. The hardworking taxpayer will pay the price for that. Maybe being in elected office for over 20 years, it is a long time. We're now paying the price of bad decisions, but we're also paying the price of non-decisions, which to me, that's even worse.
Yeah.
A prime example of that, and I'm not going to dwell on this, but I have to mention it, Sanderson Farms,
Yes.
the third largest
Yes.
poultry processing plant in the whole United States, wanted to build a plant here in Cumberland County, $155 million infrastructure development,
Yeah.
plus generating over 1,000 jobs, good paying jobs. And what happened? Instead of having leaders opening for business, be the promoters of our county, the facilitators of making this happen, these commissioners pedal back and forth, distorting and destroying our county's credibility. And in the end, just down the street, just down the road, not even 15 miles down the road from Cumberland County, St. Paul's won that fight. 1,100 jobs right now, the last check I did. 1,100 jobs lost. I believe Cumberland County's biggest potential is its people. We are a dynamic group. We are diverse. We're good-hearted people. We're strong. And we can work together. And we can work together to transform our community for our children, to create a better place for all, to live in Fayetteville, the all-American city, but also in Cumberland County, the all-American county. That is something that for our new generations, that little one over there, and the young that are coming up. It's no secret I have a strong commitment to our children's education, to the teachers and principals who are at the front line of knowledge. This commitment is not new. Again, it comes in my DNA. My mother was a teacher. She taught me the value of education, to challenge myself, and to always respect teachers. I believe that education lays, the power of education lays in us, in our counties, in our groups with teachers, the PTAs, and people who are active in the education in their communities. The recent budget fight between the school board and the county commissioners is a direct reflection of the negligence and borderline dereliction of duty. Listen, this current funding agreement that we're talking about right now expires in June 30th this year. We signed that agreement in 2014 with an expiration date of today, June 30th. Like, we didn't know. We're acting like we didn't know that that agreement was going to end this month. And now everybody's fighting and not talking together, not talking to one another to solve it. Who is paying this price? Our children are paying the price. Our teachers are paying the price. Teachers are spending 10, 15, 20% of their own salary to buy materials. There's got to be a better way, and I guarantee you that I bring solutions to the table, and this cannot continue. Our children must also be in a safe environment to go to school and learn. This current budget does not assign any type of funding for SROs in our schools. I'm going to leave it at that with schools. No funding for SROs in this coming budget year. Yet, those are the very first ones who attack the Second Amendment when the Second Amendment is not at fault. Veterans, after years of neglecting those who served, the time has come to act. I am a veteran. I do not believe that any veteran who served in this country wearing a uniform should live under a bridge for no reason. No reason at all. I stand for veterans' rights, and I will be presenting a plan, hopefully a county-led, but public-private partnership following the new HUD guidelines to provide low-cost housing for those who need it most, to include veterans. That's why, as an elected local guy in this little old county, people need to be reading and paying attention to what's going on in Raleigh, to what's going on in DC. Because there are a lot of things that we are missing on because there's no communication at all. Business. If we cannot, all these things boil down to one thing, and we need to have a place where we can produce jobs and people can want to come back. So I want to make sure that Cumberland County becomes a business-friendly county. And I know we can do better. Our privileged location in the 95 corridor, along with our largest tenants, Fort Bragg and Pope Army Airfield, we have skilled technical workers who can support all types of industries: manufacturing, transportation, logistics, technology, food processing. It's time to let Cumberland County shine by creating business-friendly environments and become attractive again. I know we can if we do it together. You want a system, a health system that works for you. And much has been said about the health department, including the much needed mental health. And again, supporting the opioid crisis, which is devastating whole communities right underneath our eyes. I believe we should receive the best, everyone should receive the best medical care for whatever health condition they have, but also we should be providing or working better to provide mental health services to those who need it most. Not just veterans, there's a lot of people out there. Last but not least, safety. I intend to work together shoulder to shoulder with law enforcement agencies to provide the safety that you and your family deserve. Cumberland County will be strong against crime for you and your family. I support law enforcement with a focus on prevention, intervention, and rehabilitation, because those three have to work together. The school to prison pipeline, it is real. If we fail these people in the school system, we have them in a prison system, and we don't rehabilitate, we're going to continue the chain, and that costs us money and doesn't do anything good for the whole community. We need to address these issues with an open heart, with an open mind. These are not easy tasks and require vision, energy, and strength to make it work. I know that you want what's best for your family, and I come to do just that. I believe in Cumberland first. I strongly believe that we can do a lot better. And I hope that you vote for me and support me and spread the word that you now have options in Cumberland County. Thank you.